Lazy days, warm and free, pathway to climb, rivers to see. Magic's here for you and me as we travel the roads to romance.
This is Caspar. Hey, Caspar. Story.
Okay, well, my story starts in Southern California, the Santa Cruz Mountains. Me and my wife were staying there because her family lives there, and we were getting ready to head to Utah because one of our friends has gotten a job traveling the nation selling magazine subscriptions.
Magazines are his bread and butter.
So we were going to go to Utah to go help him get out. They left him with nothing, no money, no supplies, clothes on his back. We spent about an hour standing and walking on the on-ramp when we got a ride from Scotts Valley all the way to, like 60 miles or so. First big city off of the interstate where we were headed. I'm trying to remember the name, but I can't remember it. Got stuck there for a day and a half. Couldn't make any money. Couldn't get somebody to pick us up. Couldn't walk on the interstate, so we couldn't make any progress. Just stuck in the middle of nowhere. Well, after that 2 days, we found a rest area. We had this guy drop us off at a rest area a couple miles down the road. We were there for about a half hour, and we had this guy walk up to us and ask us where we were going.
So no matter where you meet a stranger, be careful if they are too friendly.
So we were going to Utah. We spent 2 days there when we met, you know what Rainbow Gathering is. We met the front gate bus for the Rainbow Gathering. They were on their way to National Rainbows in Tennessee. They were going right to where we needed to and right to where we wanted to when it was all said and
A
done.
lot of people think of the 1960s when they think of hitchhiking. When I hitchhiked down the West Coast in 1989, I didn't know what to expect. I was mostly pleasantly surprised. People were curious to my reasons and would pick me up just to find out why I was hitchhiking. That was 23 years ago.
The next day, trying to figure out where we were, because we never hitched out that far. We knew there was no interstate close, and so we had to figure out where we were going. Well, we had to go up through Colorado into Nebraska, Nebraska. We hit a roadblock in Cheyenne, where we pretty much couldn't get a ride. We ended up walking 6 miles a day. It took us 5 hours to walk 6 miles, and nobody would pick us up. We slept in front of a truck stop. Pretty much sleep-deprived, half-starved, just trying to wait for the sun to come up the next morning. So the next morning, we woke up to this trucker pulling out, and his wife's out sitting at the window. It was me and my wife. We had a dog, and this trucker gets out of his truck, like stops in the middle of the street, and gets out of his truck, and he got us dog food, got us a 5-pound bag of dog food.
Hey, what's going on, Rusty? Oh, I see. She's doctoring up your dog food.
Gave us $20 so that we could get breakfast.
Once there was a boy who had a dream that he was chief assistant to Commander Corey of the Space Patrol. He drove the great rocket ship Terra 5 on daring search missions into interplanetary space. And he had fun. I'll bet he had. More fun than any boy or girl ever had.
How much more power, Jimmy?
Going full speed ahead now, Commander.
Oh, I don't mean the rocket ship Space Patrol, I mean you and me. Here, have some checks for extra fun power. We want to have lots of fun on this vacation.
This morning, which was nice, because we had tried to eat dinner the night before, and it didn't work. We made $3 and did what we could with the $3 we had for dinner. So it was nice being able to actually have breakfast, a real breakfast.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Bite-sized checks taste good to me.
We were ready for a break. So we spent, the first day we spent just camping out. After the first day, we met this family that owned a house about 15 miles outside of town. And they offered to let us come stay at their house for a while. So we spent 3 days camping in their decided it'd be a lot easier just to come back to Oregon. We've got, as much as we enjoy traveling, it's heading out to the East Coast is very difficult once you get about Nebraska area. It gets very hard. There's not a lot of people out there that pick up hitchhikers, just from personal bad experiences. Yeah. So we figured we'll come back to Oregon and we'll take a break.
Come to find out, just like a lot of things, nothing's changed much. And a whole new generation is out there thumbing across America. I met Caspar downtown outside of a convenience store. He was spare changing, and as I walked by I kind of looked at him and I liked the fact that he didn't look like he was a junkie or loaded. Just had that traveler look. Of the newer generation that's just got the time and the balls to just go ahead and see what will come and just go for it and stick their thumb out. He just sort of rambled on and kind of told me the tale of him just sort of going in a big loop, big circle. It didn't really get anywhere, but maybe that wasn't the purpose. Maybe the traveling was the point itself.
I might have been a little bit disappointed in his tale because there's a lot of people that wanted to hear that crazy, you know. And then the guy hung us up at knife point and drove us into the woods and made us moonwalk under the stars, take psychedelics, or something along those lines of exciting. But, you know, on Caspar's part, he was probably happy that he didn't have those tales, or at least he didn't impart them to me.
I got picked up by this guy who was heading up to Washington, going canoeing, and he took us all the way to Portland. And that total trip took us about a month, from leaving California to Nebraska and then back. The 2,000 miles it took us from Nebraska to Oregon took us 3 days.